Okay, good morning and welcome to HUD News, okay? This is an unofficial channel. I'm not HUD, okay? Just so you guys know, if you're new to this channel, I am definitely an expert in the area, okay? I've read around 91,000 pages of manuals, okay? That's almost every HUD and COC manual in the United States, okay? There's nobody else that's done that. I've been doing this for over a decade, and let me tell you, nobody's ever refuted my reputation. I work on large projects, builders, developers, nonprofits, and all of that, and I help people expedite their waiting list, okay? I don't, this is not one of those deals where I guarantee you some kind of voucher, like I have inside information. What I understand is the information, and I'm able to disseminate what kind of answers and questions are being given, so you have a better chance at getting a voucher, okay? That's what it all comes down to. Passing these exams and these assessments through these different organizations to get your housing. So if you want somebody that has professional knowledge of it, that actually has the official operations manuals, employee manuals, testing manuals for every single county, city, and state in the United States, you're in the right place. If you want a 5-minute crap channel to give you some silly advice, okay, with a talking head, you can be my guest and type in HUD all over YouTube, and you'll find lots of rodeo clowns willing to give you personal opinions that will equate to nothing. I'm serious, okay, folks? So you make your choice if you want to be on this channel, if you want to go visit a lot of these 5-minute crap channels, okay? I'm not inspired by YouTube money to make nickels and dimes from YouTube. I do this out of generosity to help people, okay? I could care less what YouTube pays me. Now, let's move on. We got a lot to talk about. So, news and updates. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual real news and let's talk about what HUD is actually doing at the moment, okay? HUD's now allocated $472 million from the CARES Act. Now, it took forever. Now they've done it. And so that $472 million means that a lot of housing authorities around the country are now going to receive a huge injection of anywhere from $1 million, $500,000, all the way up to $3-4 million a piece, okay? That means that most of that money will likely be spent issuing new vouchers, okay? The second consideration that we need to think about is with all the people unemployed, and all the evictions happening, so anybody that's got a voucher that's in a building and they're not paying rent is subject to eviction, okay? And about 30 million people are in homes, either renting them or they're buying them, that are unable to pay their mortgage or the rent. And so all these federally backed properties will now be able to issue these evictions. So we have a big tidal wave of people that are going to be thrown out. So all those people that are holding those vouchers, they're leaving on eviction, all those vouchers go back to the system, which means a lot of waiting lists are fixing to open up. There's going to be an overwhelming amount of vouchers in addition to the $472 million from the government. You have to excuse me, my throat's dry. But, so now we have all these new vouchers entering the system. Some HUDs are going to be greedy and they're going to act like they have nothing new to give, and they may even wait years to issue them. A lot of the cities and towns that have a housing authority are going to issue more vouchers than what would be normally considered. This is the time for people that have been sitting on a list to finally be able to get housing, and also new people that are applying that have serious problems to be propelled very quickly through the system, okay? Now, in other news, a little bit of exciting news as always. We didn't meet our goal. You know, we got 2,000 people. So if you look here, I've got 2,000 subscribers, you know. The last 4 to 6 months have been tough. This channel is never going to have 1 million subscribers, okay? Let's just be real. I'm talking about HUD housing. That isn't going to interest anybody but the most desperate, that live in the most desperate situation. So I don't ever expect to become a Hollywood star because of YouTube. So the exciting part about having 2,000 people subscribe, it means that there's 2,000 people watching this channel, and then they're not going to go watch some silly 5-minute advice channel that knows absolutely nothing. These people, a lot of these other YouTube channels don't have any manuals. Their advice is just simply that. It's speculation, okay? It's not based on anything real. I see a lot of people, man, that are just getting themselves in trouble with that. I'm going to have a drink of my little energy drinks and we'll start again. Having a rough morning here with a dry throat. Okay, so besides the $500,000 there, and also the new subscribers. So I just want to tell you, all you guys, I really do thank you for doing it. So now we've always talked about this channel being a channel where I give out advice free, and that mission has never changed, you know. I was out on that street for 10 years, maybe a little bit longer than that, and traveled the country. And I've been slowly repaying my debt. You know, when you're out there, you're on the street, you're using up resources. People are giving you things, they're helping you out, they're helping you in the housing, and so that's considered a debt. And so by making these videos and talking to people and commenting when people have questions is me repaying a 10-year-old debt that lasted for a decade, okay? It's just one way for me to give back all that's been given to me, okay? So with that, you know, I opened up and allowed people to contact me by email. Most people know that my email is listed in the almost every video in the comments section, okay? But the problem I'm having is, you know, I'm getting several hundred emails a day, and there's a line between trying to help people and then it becoming an overwhelming mess. And right now it's just a mess, you know? 300 to 400 emails a day, it's not humanly possible for me to answer them all. Now you might be thinking, well, it's just one or two questions. It's not. People tell me their entire life histories. They also ask very complex questions, okay? So you can imagine just to read one HUD manual is around 300 pages. Every page in that HUD manual is around 2,000 words. So they would like me to give a response that would average somewhere around, for me to adequately explain their questions, would require me writing out a 30,000 word email, okay? Some people don't even have any incentive. When they email me, they simply say, how do I get HUD housing? Such a broad question that it would take me, you know, about 9 hours to type everything else. So I'm officially discontinuing the email, okay? It's just not economical for me. I don't mind answering questions, one or two, that are basic questions that are very, you know, they're basic but specific in the comments, in the videos, that helps, okay? Now, for those of you that really do have a complex situation, look guys, my time, you know, my personal time, my life, and how I spend my day, you know, is not something that I'm gonna give out for free. The videos are for free, the website and all the links and everything that I provide, which is so much more than almost anybody on the internet and anybody on YouTube provides you. The one thing I cannot give you for free is when I have to pick up the phone, call you in your own state, okay? So what I'm going to offer is something very simple, okay? And I've already mentioned it in nearly every video. You give me your phone number, you prepay $13.50, about as much as you'd probably spend on 2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's with a fry and a drink, okay? And then I'll give you up to 20 minutes on the phone and try to explain. Now you can imagine if I had to type out a 20-minute conversation email, it would be epic, okay? That's a lot of typing. I'm just not going to be able to do the emails anymore. And like I've always said, you know, the information I'm providing in the videos is a lot, and it's free. The website is free. The comments are free, but I have to draw a line, okay, folks? If you want me to call you and sit there, you know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and let me tell you something. I had one lady request a call, promised to pay, and I was held hostage on the phone for an hour. Do you think she paid me? No, she paid me nothing and vanished, okay? So I'm not doing it anymore. If you want me to consult on your case, it's called case management, okay? It's just like a real job. And so I'll look into it, discuss your options with you. And for, you know, like I said, 20 minutes is $13.50. If you want to spend the whole hour, in some cases do require several hours, okay? You know, you're probably looking at about $40. Let me tell you something, it'll be the best $40 you ever spent in your life, okay? Because when it comes, even if it's $13, you just decide to have a 20-minute conversation to get what you can get, it'll be the best 20 minutes of your life because, you know, you're trying to get housing and you need the answers, the correct answers. Let me tell you something, folks. Just because you have manuals and you read all this stuff doesn't mean that you're able to interpret all that information and still answer correctly, okay? I don't just get information from what I read in a public request from the federal government. I also speak to hundreds and hundreds of social workers, COC workers, HUD employees, and all that. So I have a huge base of information to pull from. This is not just reading manuals, okay? So with all those things that factored in, I'm able usually to get people with an accuracy of around 95%, get them over to a HUD or a continuum of care, and usually get them to score fairly high, roll through the waiting list very quickly, and usually get housing, okay? So that's what you're paying for. So just to be clear on this, I don't charge people anything for anything other than me having to pick up the telephone. So if you want me to call, you're going to have to pay for my time, okay? Because that's not going to be free, all right? So we're going to move on real quick. I made some website changes, so let's take a look at that real quick. So if you go up here, you'll notice the cyber mixologist, HUD COC, self-proclaimed housing expert. Most people have labeled me that through all the tireless efforts that I put in, over 100 videos and all the stuff. So if you go and roll down here, you'll see some information about how I charge if you want to have a phone conversation, okay? Below that, the new changes that I have made is down here, you'll see that we have the SPDAT test. Let's take a look. City, state, and federal. Here's your test, okay? Look, in the United States, only 2 tests are administered. Okay, so you have the continuum of care, which is an operational, you have the continuum of care, they give an operational test, and the only other test I've ever seen around the country being issued to people, whether you're going to HUD or through a continuum of care, is the SPDAT, and it's commonly administered in Florida, and especially in California, and a lot of times in New York, okay? So, you know, it's always smart to ensure that you're not only reading the manual and its test for your state, but also go ahead and go to the backup and read your SPDAT manual, okay? Listed on my website. If you already know the questions, you already know how to answer, you know what they're looking for, there's no reason why you wouldn't score. Really big on that. The higher you score, the higher you go up the list, and of course, then there's some other factors that need to be figured in, and that's usually why people want to talk to me, is because they want to know 99.9% of what's going to happen before they walk in the door, and that's usually what I do for people, okay? Talked to a gentleman this morning. He paid me $13.50. Now, look, you know, you're crazy if you think I'm going to get rich off of that, but we did talk, you know, and, you know, the reality is after talking with the gentleman, he knew about 900% more than he knew before he got on the phone, okay? And because he knows the right kind of information, he already pretty much knows what the outcome's going to be. He's going to get housed. It's simple as that. So, anyways, you guys have to make your own financial choices, and you know, even a homeless person that panhandles makes $50 a day. So I really don't want to hear any arguments about $13.50, okay? Especially for 20 minutes of my time. Moving on. I'm going to go ahead and close out a few of these streams if you guys don't mind, and there we go. So anyways, if you don't have the website link, that's going to be in the comment section below. And the last thing I'm going to do is discuss a little bit about me, okay? For you guys that don't know this, I'm a trader. I'm a day trader, okay? I'm a day trader, sometimes a swing trader, and I'm also heavily involved in trading cryptocurrency. Right now is a booming market. You can invest $1,000 and within minutes make 100, okay? That's what I do to make a living for myself. And these little bitty baby checks from YouTube, I usually throw those into those accounts and then make money that way. I know in one of the videos I made, I told you guys to go. Here's the interesting thing. I told you guys to sign up for Robinhood, okay? Robinhood is a easy to use app that allows you to trade stocks. You don't have to even buy a whole stock. You can buy a fraction of a stock, which means if the stock's worth $100, it'll allow you just to buy $1, okay? But anyway, I told you to sign up for Robinhood because they would give you a free stock. None of y'all did that. And then I told you guys to sign up for Coinbase for cryptocurrency because there's about 5 different cryptos out there right now giving away free coins. And none of you guys accepted that offer either. And here's the interesting thing. I told you that 30 days ago. And so I ended up earning coins from 5 different companies. And so I earned $47 worth of currency. They were cryptocurrency. And they wouldn't allow me to trade that, obviously, for 30 days. After 30 days was over, that cryptocurrency was worth double what it was when I got it. So, you know, I can't tell you, you guys, you don't want to listen to anything, and this is part of your financial problems. You don't want to take a solid advice from people. If you listen to me about trading stocks, the few times I've recommended Robinhood, you would have already made money from that. If you had signed up and gotten the literally free cryptocurrency for just connecting a bank account, and there's no fees involved, you would have already been in for $100 at this point. So at some point, I hope some of you guys smarten up. And, I wouldn't be doing what I do if I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, okay, guys, so I'm going to start wrapping this up, and I'm going to check the time real quick, make sure we're not just rambling too long. So we're at 14 minutes, so yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, if you want me to consult by phone, I'm fine to do that. I'm no longer going to do this by email. I simply don't have 23 hours a day to answer thousands of emails every week. The answers are simply too sophisticated. Can I explain all that? My advice on the videos and on the website and through comments are free. Please do not try to ask me one question in every single video. I had one person thought they were being clever that they would ask me all 900 questions they had if they could just go to each video and ask one question. So I simply deleted all the comments and then I blocked them from my channel. I don't want to play games with people, okay? I'm sorry, if you're so cheap you can't afford, you know, $10, $15, I don't know what to tell you, you know. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good day, and then hopefully the next video I make will be a lot more fruitful, and we'll get more, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the HUD manual and look at some of the preferences that put people in that top 10%, okay? All right, y'all have a great week, and hopefully the hurricane doesn't hit those of you that live in the South like me, all right? Bye-bye.